And that's kind of how they're coming from the chamber in bulk. So-
Jason reached out to me yesterday, kind of informed me of that. So,
Oh, well.
I said, well, it's not my pen or my ink.
You might be here till next year.
Well, that's true. But, I'll know those dates ahead of time. I'll just delegate that. No, I'm just now we're fortunate to be able to be in this position to do this, though, given the circumstances.
I guess I shouldn't have said I want to participate in something.
Right.
Now
Yeah,
I'm participating.
because this is only 40, and they, you know, if they maxed it, it would be 166. Well, they're already not maxing all of them, so that means there's more than 166 total. So
We have to
All have to
extend,
be done this year.
yeah, by December 30th, but
we're trying to get them done before the end of
by the end
November.
of November,
Let's put
so
it.
we know how much we can reallocate.
Well, I got a couch I can sleep on. Just stay here and do it.
Yeah.
Morning, Greg.
Morning, Greg. Morning, Greg.
Mr. Leon is there. Morning, Leon.
He's still trying to connect.
It's on mute.
Just how we like him.
You guys talking about me?
No,
never.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Okay, good. For the meeting, 8:30.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good morning, all.
Morning.
Leon, you have anything for us?
No, I do not.
Okay. Guess there's nobody else on there, so. Tam.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Tammy Robinson, Budget and Finance Officer. I'm just going to give you a really brief update on the CARES funding this morning. In case you have any questions, part of our responsibility with administering these funds is to be very transparent to the public. And with that, we've had a lot of dollars go out. And as of tomorrow, we'll actually have over 7 million having gone out. The things I want to point out are the small business grant program and the nonprofit grant program are up and running, and money will be going out, has been going out. And tomorrow, after you sign some grant agreements today, there will be a lot of dollars going out, 591,000 for the small business program. We still have a lot to go, but that is a good start. Riley County will have had 1.3 million go out as of tomorrow. And the Manhattan City, they have received all of their funds. Manhattan City used it largely for PPE, public health costs, which included signage, sanitizer in the machine, and other supplies, as well as their fire department salaries. No programs were approved at the city level, so anything that they fund for programs is their own funding. It wasn't part of the CARES Act fund. Riley City did submit a small amount, and it was for supplies and some salaries. So they have about 48,000 left to spend. Leonardville and Randolph both contacted me, and they don't have any intention of submitting any expenses. Ogden City is working through theirs. We have looked at their list, given them what was approved, and they'll be sending their list for reimbursement. RCPD will wait until December to get their information to us. USD 383 has collected all of their funds. Those were largely for tech and supplies, distance learning equipment, PPE, and other reopening measures. USD 384 has about $6,000 left to spend, and again, mostly towards tech equipment. USD 378 has spent all theirs, and theirs was largely towards the tech and the distance learning equipment. We haven't received anything in from the Catholic school yet. Kansas State University they've been reimbursed $760,000, and they have submitted 1.2 million more. So we're getting close to having those finished up. Expect to have that pay out to them by next week. Manhattan Christian College, they have submitted all of theirs and received it back. And that was largely for tech and supplies and some salaries. And Manhattan Area Technical College, they sent in $14,700. So they have about $47,000 left to spend. Are there any questions or concerns or any additional information you would like?
I don't really know.
Since I do have the cash flows next Thursday, I would like to put this in the packet, the information that you have, so that you can actually see it, study it, and if you have more questions or if the public has questions or would like more information, then we'd be able to address it and we'd be taking care of our transparency portion of this.
Okay.
Is that okay with
Yeah.
everyone?
Actually, would it be okay to get an actual hard copy separately for all of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have any other questions or you hear any questions out in the public and you need some information, just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that brings us down to the three musketeers. And
Speak for yourself.
so, John,
Yeah, Monday, as I've been kind of doing on Mondays, I've been zooming in on that community leaders call with the university, city, health department officials, and some other local health people, just kind of keeping up on local things here. Basically, with the COVID pandemic, the concerns right now are just kind of the local increase of cases, an increase in positivity rates, and the hospital bed counts. Currently, not just here, but around the state. That seems to be the biggest of concerns, and what may or may not happen once the students leave here at the end of the month. We're almost all the way through this first semester, which in a way is good, but has some other complications there. So there's some conversations going on about how to kind of work through that, and then everybody comes back in late January after the holidays and beginning of next year. So I also on Monday afternoon, I met via Zoom with Julie and the command staff and had some just discussions and dialogues on some kind of a devised plan for reopening, what those metrics will look like to be safe and everything moving forward. If we meet them, we meet them. If we don't, then we have to readjust. But there are some conversations in place about how to kind of move forward, at least so we can develop at least a strategy and have something in place. Like I said, the virus will be the main deterrent there. But that conversation, and it's still kind of a critical conversation, still being kind of worked through. Have a couple of constituent concerns I'm trying to kind of work through channels to get taken care of. It kind of popped up along the week here too. And in terms of Tuesday's elections, from my perspective, there was good, there was bad. All I know is I woke up yesterday morning, the sun was up, it was a beautiful day. I went to work, and life's going to go on one way or the other, and we'll just have to face whatever comes of it the best we can. So didn't want to go on forever about that because I realized we could, but kind of where I'm at. So,
okay.
all right.
John?
It's nice to have a TV back.
And the mailbox.
There was nothing on.
Yeah.
So it didn't really gain a lot, but there are a couple of shows I used to enjoy last year. They're coming back. I think one starts tonight and one next week. So have a little bit to watch in between the football game yeah, the elections. Thank goodness, I've never seen such a huge amount of money spent or ever, even down to local level, and the things that could be done with that money. But, one thing about notice the sales tax passed, so that should
less than any worry of anybody about the parking garage. I thought the city can well handle that now, and especially with our TIF, and then the same way of looking ahead, which will be coming up, I don't know how soon, the Westmar left. I think now with the city having all the sales tax, and it's basically 100% benefit to the city for Covert Hills and all the new subdivisions. So for the future commissions, I think that I'd take a hard line on that. That should be at least from 113 to that terminus that the city probably ought to be done by the city, since they have the sales tax money to do it. And that's precluded the county having to raise any property tax bill, since they're not going to have the money to do something like that. So like I say, the best thing is hopefully the city will take care of it. Number one. But other than that, like John said, the sun came up yesterday, and I got quite a bit accomplished, and have a list of things to accomplish yet before the winter sets in again next week.
Yeah.
But it's moderating some, so it's not bad. So just, like I said, once again, just enjoying the freedom from commercial.
Yeah,
I got the mailbox back too. So. Yes, I got my mailbox back too.
so anyway, watched the elections Tuesday night with some friends and had a good barbecue. The barbecue was better than the elections. And so then the sun did come up Wednesday morning, and that kind of a deal. And yesterday I participated in the on virtual with Heartland Works. And so the new administration here in the commission room will have to vote someone in to go to that particular deal. So see what, or watch it, virtually, one of the other.
Or maybe a hybrid.
Yeah, something. Anyway, that's what I got done, and we'll go from there. So business meeting, sir.
Okay, first item, the change order.
Move to approve.
We'll go ahead and second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Three spots.
How you doing?
Grant agreement, small businesses, and nonprofits.
I'm going to make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Insert Jeopardy theme song here.
Every single tab.
Ooh.
Don't push hard and just scribble fast. Save your arm.
And there's no sense in asking for your stamp, but I tried that.
Yeah.
years ago.
I tried to help you out earlier in the year on that, was shot down too. So.
Well, I wouldn't mind if they would get there and where it says you got to print your name, you got to say who you are, you got to date it. All that should be a stamp. I would sign it.
Wait, do I get when my sentence is over, do I get my stamp take with me then? Well, no reason for anybody else to have it.
Good point.
This is one, you don't start this race by running as fast as you can to start with. Just take it easy and slow. I don't know, you guys could do something else that you want to do.
I am. Catching up on my morning email.
So on that, do I need to contact Jason?
And I got the indication when you emailed me back that they were gonna draft something together and then send it our way, and then if some gaps needed to be filled in or something, just have that information.
An interesting question, Rick.
Uh-huh.
My sentence is up. So I just take my second.
Your signature stamp with you.
Well, really, there's no reason for anybody else to have it.
Yeah,
Really, it's just short.
we destroy them is what we do, just so there's, you hope no one would ever do any impropriety with it afterwards. So, with the way to destroy them is, you have to take a razor blade.
Put the wrong date on my side. Man, I tell you, this is pretty bad. When the other guy doesn't have to do all, just sign some old scribbly deal, doesn't put his title, don't put a date.
Come on now, you can go find stuff. Oh.
You got 15 minutes and we've got almost a full page of agenda to get to before then.
I hope you're not as abused as I am, Greg.
A lot of sympathy, aren't you?
Yeah. Am I allowed to take a handbrake or whatever?
Keep talking.
With me,
So it sounds like that's going to be a real mess down there on Fort Riley Boulevard with Westwood once they close that. That traffic is going to be atrocious.
I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna divert traffic from the high school. I never did really hear what are they gonna go down to Anderson?
When are they closing that?
I thought that they said around Christmas break.
Well, hell. Yeah.
And they said that in order to access that south parking lot, they'll have to use points to get there. They won't be able to use Westwood at all. Sure, a lot of roads that are that way. Miller Parkway's a mess up around in that area too.
All the cities
something here. They sure don't seem to move very fast either.
That's a KDOT project, you know, they could get halfway through that, so no, never mind.
So that one, but I'm the one in the city or like.
I think they may be running into a few infrastructural issues down below here. They gotta fix and patch and do a couple other things here and there.
That's wrong with any construction project, you always run into unforeseen things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know they had that issue down there, was it south of Morrow or something, and then they had a gas line. Yeah, yeah.
Takes more delays, takes more money, and you always figure.
So will they have some of that road finished there by the bridge so that that's opened up a little more soon? I mean, I know they're working on it, so it kind of looks like they might get some road space.
I'm not for sure what the plan is.
Gonna be around transfer station.
Yeah.
Well, I
I'm
just thought maybe
getting
they would
mentally
have, like, close to that convenience store turn off, if they would have on Rosencutter, if they would get that done on that other side. Then it would open it up a little, be not quite so congested.
Yeah, they do that interesting to do. Oh, it's already bad, that's fine. Say it has to get worse before it can get better.
I was headed west on the boulevard, and that's two of our rural fire rigs trying to get through the head of the pond.
Oh, yeah, what a deal there.
A little bit that day, I wasn't aware of that situation.
Neither until I saw it in the news.
I kept smelling something. I thought, somebody burning? Surely they would be burning in this dry weather and it was windy.
You know, now that you mention it, I smell pretty good.
Yeah, and then I didn't really either, and then somebody else mentioned it too, so I thought, no, it's not just me then, okay. I thought maybe somebody was burning some trash or something, or, you know, maybe it was a small, you know, something. But,
It was small, the acre.
now that it gets dark at 5 o'clock, you can't see the smoke in the sky, so. And somebody else mentioned it too, so I thought, yeah, something must be going on. Yeah.
Okay, it's break time. Come back in about half an hour.
Are you even halfway through yet? Oh, come
Doesn't
on.
look like it. I think you better go further than that before you break. You'll be here till nightfall.
Want to get the traffic switched over to the new concrete. And get half the bridge done.
Will be. Thanks, sir.
That time off, so you here, not there.
Meanwhile, the usual, we see how that goes. Sitting here, driving down through that hole.
It's like your time
Walk off the
travel.
road. Now, all of a sudden, when you drive up there, you see it.
Yeah.
And did I hear right, the little roundabout that's over on Scenic, they're planning on replacing?
I heard that.
Yeah, over there by Culver Hills, you mean? Yeah, I think last time I heard it was they're gonna shift it to the south and the west a little bit up closer to the sign there.
When they gonna do that?
I don't
I
know.
remember hearing about
Yeah.
it.
Well, they've got to be engineering.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, sprint, you know.
I got the indication that that was still just kind of a ongoing discussion. There wasn't a formal plan yet, but looked like they did some road work to the sides and stuff over there from the Nesta Drive up to that point. So maybe they're planning something there. Looked like BG and all that down there, we did restripe, did their parking lot down there too, so.
Well, put that in perspective, sometimes you're driving through and not much traffic, slow down and look at the seam and the cement. I had a new 94 single cab pickup that couldn't get through without rubbing the tires.
Yeah.
First day they built that, it was not half, it was a lot smaller than it is right now. So the following week, got raced out and add on to it and make it still too small. I mean, that's how ludicrous it was when they first put it in, and that's why we called it a merry-go-round or a petty-go-round. Because they just designed it themselves, you know. And so when we were building houses up the hills, what we would do on truck and trailer and stuff, we'd just come up Kimball and just drive through the ditch and just bypass it.
Yeah.
And probably put a stone wall up so you can't do that anymore. But yeah, it was ludicrous from the start.
It's
So far, it's the only one in Kansas that's ever killed it.
I've been behind big trucks going through there. You just kind of go straight across.
yeah, I'd like to see a number of how much money they've spent trying to redo curbs and that, you know, part of it through the years. Probably enough to pay for a new the full new roundabout, probably.
Since it's such a great thing and a lifesaver and all that, and they went around the corner a little way and put in a stoplight and another intersection.
Yeah.
Frontage roads is a miraculous roundabout. Yeah. That was a joke.
I get the indication that you're not really a fan of that roundabout.
Well, you definitely slow down because, I mean, it's more of a danger if you didn't slow down, really slow down.
Well, if anything, there, what they probably should have did was they should have made each one of the turns going into it maybe just a little bit wider, so you had a little bit room to maneuver there. But I still think if you polled about 50% of the population, they still really don't know how to use a roundabout or really know much about them. And if you look over in Great Britain, they definitely don't know how to use them over there, so I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Yeah, it's like merging.
Yeah.
To really watch.
Yeah.
'Cause most people just go, they don't, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
You kind of have to stop and let it go.
And it would be fine if I didn't have to do 4 different lines. There's 4
I'm
different
so
lines
sorry.
I gotta do. So whatever it
You wanna
is.
hear the bright side of it? You only have to do about, what, 4 times more of that? At least?
I'm gonna ask that they fill in the other parts, so I can sign it once.
Well, maybe there'll be some extension and there'll be some hold up stuff and they'll rest out and find there the first week of January and John will get all that.
Yeah. Okay. All of that.
Why we do that, Tammy, in the future?
They're not doing that to the other side.
Fill out the title and name and date. We can have that pre-filled.
Yeah. Unless you want me just to ignore it right now.
Yeah,
since I
just
look-
go ahead and sign. We can get it done.
What we need, the motion should have been, you know, to approve. Chairman signing after lunch on this.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Well, how big of a deal would it be just to have them on a sheet and have them sign it and attach that sheet to all of the
Do that
contracts?
too.
and only sign once
Do
instead of.
that too.
Is that-
That would be a whole lot less
Is
too.
that something that we can do?
When you redistribute it, though, you're gonna have to be sure to have that signature page to all the entities.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So could we just have like a detailed listing of all the entities and have them sign up once and attach it to the contract rather than them signing every single contract?
The reason I don't think that's a good idea is we can which ones are going to use it.
That's the problem with that. So we just pre-fill that information. It'll make it a lot better. Just go through and sign now. Sure.
That's what I'm doing, just signing my name once, not 4 times.
It's a good way to remember your name. Trying to put a positive spin on this.
Yeah. He starts writing a different name, we're gonna worry.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see what his last thing looks like compared to the first one.
I've always wondered that when people do like book signings and stuff, you know, they probably start out all By the time they get done with it, if you're the first one in line, you get the real signature, but if you're the last one in there, it's just a scribble.
Well, I know with mine, it's deteriorate,
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Find them.
I have that problem when I try to write like a handwritten note or letter, my font stays kind of the same and big, and then towards the end, it's like you can barely read it. The more I write, the smaller it gets.
Yeah, and then they have a small space to write in.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't like, because I write my signature pretty small. Or write my signature short.
And you just
So
can't,
the R.
you just can't win for losing this morning, can
The
you? Ken?
R and G numbers, you usually tell those two letters. That's about it.
It kind of starts off like this and kind of widens out as you go along. Okay, notice that.
Can't we just proceed with the meeting?
We can, but you'll have more items to sign next to online access agreement.
And then we have the most important thing of the day, and that's payroll. Is what
Get a motion on the online access agreement.
make a motion that we sign the renewal of access agreement with Riley County and Genealogical Society.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve payrolls and accounts payable as well.
Oh.
No.
Okay, yeah, you did both the online access, okay.
I did them separately.
Okay, but then we also have before that, Welsh Road asphalt overlay bid recommendation for payroll on the agenda.
Make a motion, we approve the Welsh Road asphalt overlay bid recommendation.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then we have payroll and accounts payable, gentlemen.
Second John's motion on that.
Aye. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The rest of you decide now.
Also make a motion that if there's missignatures, it's double points down. Each one's worth $40 today, not the usual 20. Before we're said and done, we're gonna get lobster with this pizza party.
And next, gentlemen, well, it is 9 o'clock, now it's time for Amanda, and we get caught up with business later.
Morning, commissioners.
Morning.
Ms. Miller, planning director. One of them through our staff update, our project list here, just giving a few highlights and answer any questions or any research you might need. Again, just kind of hitting some of the highlights here, the total regulations rewrite our main regulations that we've been working on for a while now. We are nearing the end. We're working on a separate contract with Stantec to finish up our graphics and the design of the document. So it's presented nicely on our website, be available for folks. So we're working on that, and then once we're done with that, we should do more edits to the document itself. And then we'll start our public hearing process with the various boards. We originally hoped to get it done by the end of the year, but things happen. So hopefully first quarter of 21, we can have that done. And start using those nice new regulations that have been working so hard for the last few years. So thanks for that. Keep Sewer District, we are going to have a public meeting before you folks next Thursday, November 12th. I believe that's scheduled, I think it's 10:50 a.m. We have been working on notifying the folks in the sewer district out there in case everybody who will be impacted by the project. Just giving them an opportunity to either come down or at least view it online, provide comments, just to get that update on what's been going on and where we want to go with that as well. Just to kind of provide them also some updated cost estimates, cost that they'll deal with on a monthly basis for Let's see. So the CDBG job retention grant, as you know, we have awarded 7 businesses in Rainy County funds for the job retention grant. We're very happy to be able to do that. At this time, most of them have gotten their funds. We got funds from the state that we successfully, but even there's one that we're just waiting for the money from the state. I did talk to another daycare owner that's trying to see if we can figure out how to get her eligible and get her some reimbursements as well. So we haven't used up all of that fund, all of those funds. So hopefully we'll get some more applicants. And then as you see, the list is a lot of different projects, violations, permits, etc. That we're looking through. So I'm happy to answer any questions or do any research that you would like.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, gentlemen. 9:15, you have Mike over.
Okay. Going a lot faster now.
Yeah, sure.
Faster and more scribbly.
Yeah,
Scribbler.
mine would be as well.
Scribbler.
I know, I was like,
I have to Google that one.
Trying to spell that. If you have not spell it.
Now Google will fill that in for me.
that's
If it's a real
right.
word.
You think? I was gonna
If it's a
say,
real word.
that's what I was gonna- that's what I meant.
That's how I'll know if it's a real word or
If it
not.
goes in, then you'll just may as well stop there.
I guess is what'll probably happen is when I Google that, a picture of Commissioner Rodriguez will show up and I will explain it all.
I think you could have just stopped it more scribbly.
Scribbler.
Scribbler.
My story and my word, and that's what it is.
Stick it to it, huh?
I don't know if I could re-say it. Well, past halfway.
Just halfway.
Tentative agendas look okay, don't?
They did.
Third meeting long, but
Yeah, I've got a 1 o'clock meeting, separate meeting on the 12th, so I don't know how I'm gonna make that work at the public hearing just yet. So
Okay.
maybe I'll just go in mute mode on that virtual and try to multitask and do both. I haven't figured that. I haven't got that far yet.
Both of those days are pretty long, so, okay. And, catch up on minutes later.
And I don't have anything for press conferences upcoming either.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep, I'll be on there for election.
Sure. Sure. By and large, while we're on the subject, I got a lot of feedback on Tuesday, and it was really positive.
Good.
They said that our poll workers and staff at the various precincts were very friendly and very accommodating, and went very well. So,
Yeah. We get lots of feedback on that.
Sure, you probably get the worst end of it, probably more so than I do, but.
Generally, we've gotten a lot of positive comments on the equipment. A lot of people.
Yeah, and I got a lot of questions on the equipment and what it actually does and doesn't do and all that too.
You know, the first year with last with the city.
Yeah.
Like, much smaller, but much larger, bigger population kind of using it overwhelming. Really good feedback.
Yeah,
Really good.
I think from what I heard, everybody was
Yeah.
happy that there's a backup. That was the main
Well,
comment
there
that I
always
got.
has been a backup.
Yeah.
That's a misconception. There
But they
always
see
has
it, they see it actually in process there, and that changes the equation.
It's only been required by federal law.
I also had somebody ask me, well, how do you move around and transport all of those? So I was able to give Mike a compliment on that one, yeah. So,
That is no small undertaking.
no, it's not.
One nice thing about the machines are all ADA compliant.
Yeah.
They're all-
Somebody also asked me about the Chiefs, because they bought election equipment. What they were, the Kansas City Chiefs
Oh, yeah, I
organization, the
heard
Hunt
something
family,
about that.
and another $100-something thousand through Patrick Mahomes charity foundation, whatever. Bought the equipment for that.
They got a good day.
They did. We all got a good day.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a more beautiful election day than Tuesday. I guess maybe those numbers are still skewed with things that'll still come in over the next 2 days. Maybe it's still a little disappointed with voter turnout being lower 60%. I figured it'd be closer to 70. So
Me as well, but remember, like I said, voting records are in place because the people were in a very transitional community with K-State before Riley. And just because someone didn't go to one election, we can't take them off the voter rolls.
Yeah.
John Ford actually has to contact us. We can't even hear from John Ford's dad. My son moved out of town. So
Right.
that legislature, Mike, you moved out. Well, okay, have your kid contact me because I can't take your word for it. So, and people have to remember that. That's why historically, Erie and Riley County have always been the lowest percentage military. schools.
sure.
We have federal laws we have to follow for records.
I wasn't quite up to par statewide necessarily though either.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it was down a little more than I anticipated, but I guess 60-something percent better than
Well, it's there.
Well, it only took you 20 minutes.
Well, it went faster once I had to quit signing all
Yeah, we'll get that stuff pretty filled on the next one. Other than your signature.
And don't forget that stack to the left of you there too. It's probably, by and large, it's probably the most important one for the moment.
that. Yeah, it would be.
Tired of saying your name yet, Marvin?
We're not going to take breath.
This train is a moving.
Yeah. All right, page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Okay. Page 6.
Moving through the minutes of voting.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Good morning, Mike. I was busy.
Good morning,
Didn't mean to ignore you.
Pleasure to see you.
pleasure to be seen. You know, you're still alive.
Yeah, it is a happy day for all. Beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Good day to be happy.
Yeah, I like that.
I can always hear Mike when he's getting ready to go to work.
That old diesel truck, yeah.
But I didn't get to hear it this morning.
I've been driving my daughter's car here. She's had some problems with it, and so we went and picked it up in Lincoln, and I'm driving it, looking the bugs out of it. It's just getting more of a car. Well, you go from a full-size Dodge pickup truck to a little monster truck.
Oh.
I feel like I'm driving a tin can.
Yeah.
I still remember when those kind of cars were called tin cans and they were dangerous. You know, the Vegas and the Corvairs and all that, they were condemned for the lack of safety. And
The what's again?
Corvair and
The Corvair was super.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well,
You said-
Unsafe and anything.
yeah, I liked them though. They were nice.
I lost one over on Wakefield one night, helping a gal deliver bulk man mercury. A quick corner came up and they would spin, thankfully, an alfalfa field and spun around flat and drove off. Yeah, they were unsafe at any speed.
Well, I know, but
Four
yeah,
man's Corvette.
if you
Corvair.
drive,
Four man's
Yeah.
Corvette.
and then the Carmen Ghia, I had a Carmen Ghia one time too. They were low and go down the road, but you know, it is what it is.
Another little car wasn't quite as little as the old Ford Falcon.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s.
None of those.
No.
So today we got them bigger, but they're all made of plastic. So what's the difference?
Yeah, they were made out of real metal back then.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
real
so
metal.
things good.
My Corvair was candy apple red.
Not just red, candy apple red.
You know what that is? Looks like it's deep. It's got this effect.
Yeah, it was a very popular color. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Morning, Ann.
Morning.
Oh, we're fine.
Beautiful morning.
Beautiful.
Gentlemen, ready for Mike?
We are ready for Michael.
Morning again, Commissioners.
Morning.
Michael Bowler, I'm Riley County Noxious Week with our monthly staff update. You may recall my update was a little late in the month last month, and then it's fairly early this month, so I don't have a tremendous amount to report. But what I do have to report, we'll get to it. Fall spraying for musk thistle and field bindweed is complete. We've got that done at the end of last month. And then our final round of mowing is underway. We're about 60% complete. And that's just a tad bit ahead of schedule, despite that we have had a call out for some snow. And then we did have 2 tractors on the same day and rolled the tires off the rim. So that's not a matter of just getting it jacked up. That pretty much takes you off the road for a full day to get that done. So we have had some setbacks. But we are well underway on our 3rd round of mowing, and as you would recall, we mow out in some cases all the way to the fence line. So the 3rd round is not uncommon for us to be mowing up until December, along with the state. So that's the focus right now. Really, this month is mow. So our sprayers and spray rentals are in the process of being winterized. I actually think we've got that pretty much complete. And then, as I mentioned, we did have our first snow call out late October. What's significant about that is I do have most of my guys are new staff and haven't had an opportunity to do that yet. It is fairly early this year, but I'm happy to report that it went well. So guys have adapted pretty good on that. So pretty pleased about that. We do have our next collection down at Howie's. That's always the 2nd Saturday of the month. It's a easy way to remember. If I got my numbers right, that's going to be November 14th. And again, a reminder, no business waste down there or no truckloads of material. It's been wildly popular here as of late to clean out the garage and the basement when you're home due to maybe COVID related. So we have been getting truckloads of material. That has been the trend kind of statewide as well. The state report did just come out. Unfortunately, the state only goes for fiscal year, and so they kind of reported a bit of a downturn in hazardous waste. And I reached out to them and said it certainly hasn't been the case with our facility. And the problem is the numbers are kind of skewed because it started to spike right around July 1st, which is the end of their reporting. So we really are seeing quite an increase in material. Let's see, we do have our recycle center. That too has been wildly popular during the COVID shutdown. Everybody wants to clean out the garage and then it needs a new coat of paint. And so they've been coming out and getting our paint. So just a reminder that we do have lots of free products out there. And then we did have our 5th clean out of the year with Clean Harbor. And as I mentioned before, the amount of material is going up. You may recall we used to only do 4 clean outs a year. We now do 6. And we have had full cleanouts. So happy that we are able to have a vendor that can do that cleanouts for us. And then we did just this month help set up voting machines, so we can kind of sum everything up with mowing and deploying and setting up voting machines has been a big priority this month and in the last month and the very beginning of this one. So, as I mentioned, fairly short, not a lot to report, but what is to report has been very smooth. Everything's just rolling right along out there.
Any questions?
So now rolling those tires off, is that due to too low a pressure or a lot of side slope?
Well, what we did is we had a washout where we rolled one up was way up north, and there was just a slight ditch. We do run. The problem is, Commissioner, we run at such a wild angle.
That's what I was
You
thinking.
get up at an angle and it just catches the lip right. It was the front tire and it just rolled it right off the rim. We do have a new tractor driver, and they're not, although very capable of driving the tractor, they're not always familiar. Most of all the ditches they're mowing has been the first time they've mowed it. So little things in those ditches can sneak up on you that you don't see. And in this particular case, we had the ditch and then just a little washout area. And because of just the angle we hit it. And then the other one, I said roll the tire off, but that would be incorrect. He was right out there by Pillsbury Crossing, and the rear tire went over an old tree stump, actually a bush stump that had been cut off at an angle, literally a spear sticking up, and it went right through the tire right out there at the parking lot. And my only concern with that was we had to leave it a couple of nights out there at Pillsbury Crossing. So I did reach out to Riley County PD and requested an extra patrol because I was concerned about vandalism. But we got through it. But in those particular cases, we're kind of dependent on tire repair to come out there and get them checked up. For that reason, you would think it would have been a novel idea to have before, but we've had spare tires, but we haven't had entire rims and tires mounted to the tractor. Quite frankly, they're expensive. However, there is some room in my budget this year, and I think it would be wise. I'm probably going to purchase a couple of tires mounted and ready to go so that we're not waiting for repair and we lose a full day or 2 days in this particular case of work. So a little bit of lesson learned there. I think it's a wise idea for me to go ahead and make that purchase for the other year so that we avoid that. 2 in 1 day is you're losing productivity at that point.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. I was at 9:30. Mike, thank you for all you guys.
Oh, yes.
Ditto.
You guys are a big part of it.
Oh, I can just feel a sigh of relief from everybody, really. I mean, everybody is just ready to, thank you for having us.
have to admit, the last couple of days have been kind of, that little edginess, that little kind of tension is just kind of gone. I mean, I know some things aren't completely decided yet, but just that uncertainty that's been there for months and months and months is now kind of not. It's
Everyone's ready to
comforting.
be done.
Yeah, yeah. This year of all
Normal
years.
hours, if nothing else, we get to go home on time for a while.
Right, yeah.
Those little things
Yeah.
just add up.
I don't know if anything's easing up in your office a little bit. Maybe it's a little,
That's just it. It's cleanup time and we're right in the middle of, we still get mail every day to process and we got 1,470 provisionals to research. Those do take a lot of
Yeah,
time to research. That's
yeah.
why we put canvas out for the end of the 16th. Because you have to research every one of those to determine if it's valid or not valid. If we're ever got challenged in court, to be able to stand up to that. So we have to write down the reason why it was, what's not. So
can,
it's
yeah,
not
that,
something you take lightly.
yeah, that reminds me, and maybe your next election update, they're kind of to go through an explanation of that provisional process. Is that question's come up.
Provisional is actually a great process. There's just so much fault in it. I even got a call this year about a provisional by it says, oh, well, provisionals, you only count those if it's a close race. No. Every ballot's counted.
Yeah.
Some provisionals are just partially counted because they moved into a different district. So we determine on which of those races is valid, and then you have to hand count them. But you can't scan it.
Right.
Machine and pick which one. So those are hand counted. So it's a very good process.
I went through that process myself in 2004, so yeah. I'm still wondering to this day if that actually probably got counted or not, but I came to the conclusion that I
The thing
think
is-
it was good enough.
Yeah, just like any other elector, they have to meet the legal requirements.
Right.
If they aren't registered to vote, just because you fill out a provisional.
I was registered to vote, but
You
in
still
that
need-
90-day period, I moved from one precinct to the other precinct, and I voted in the old precinct
It would have
instead of
counted,
one
it would
that
have
was
been a partial count.
right.
It would have been a partial count. And then you'll see on the list, provisionals and partial count.
Yeah.
Your guys are presented. Yeah, it's counted. Those races that legally should.
That was a presidential race that year.
There may have been a commission race that you voted on that you shouldn't have, and so that's why it was a partial count. Wouldn't be counted for that race. And like I said, it was 60 to 70% of those were always counted valid generally. This year could be a little different because we had so many that requested a ballot by mail and got impatient or just decided they wanted to go to the polls. So they do that. If we got one that was sent to your doorstep, you don't get a vote on the machine, so you don't get a vote. A regular paper ballot has to be provisional in case they would try to send votes. That's the only way to eliminate the process of someone not voting twice. There's so many safeguards and processes that we go through like that that people don't understand. And you tell them once and they forget by next election because they don't deal with it every day.
Are you up to all your drivers in?
Beg pardon?
Do you have enough drivers?
We've actually hired, we have 4 in a training group. They're taking their skills test, next week, I believe. So we've got our fingers crossed on that. So, we'd like to get a few more yet. We kind of like broken through and found some folks. So
Good.
it's been-
And your fixed routes are working out okay?
Yeah, we're still in, reduced levels of service. It's very reduced right now, but, ridership's about half of where we normally be. But not with, we've not had any of our employees get COVID.
Good.
So, none of our, that we know of, none of our passengers have thrown on the bus, so.
Yeah, what city was it? For public transport department came down with a scale outbreak. What city it was? Large city.
It's, our staff has done an outstanding job. Cleaning and keeping everybody safe, so. I'd rather have ridership be low and everybody healthy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If we can get fuel prices to drop a little bit, stay,
Yeah, well, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, yeah.
There's a small little decrease here with elections on the horizon. I think that's typical though for some reason, isn't it? I was thinking that was the case 4 years ago. Gas prices dropped a little bit.
It's interesting, same club, $3.65.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's always unusually high here.
I know.
All depends on the taxes that you use, and what distributor is you get, so.
For the profit margin they want.
There's some people out at work that will, over a lunch break or something, go over to Ogden and gas up and not necessarily gas up here to save the 6 to 8 cents there.
Yeah.
Every little bit counts.
When I go by Abilene, I stop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a spot on I-70 going out west. It's always almost a quarter, most cases.
It makes a big difference when you're trying to fill a motor home,
Yeah.
70-gallon
Agree.
tank.
You're filling my truck.
Yeah.
A little Honda, don't make so much.
No.
Remember, right, oil's the problem with that, isn't it? With your
Well,
Honda?
not really.
I thought you
because,
said it
know,
leaked.
my God, people don't have to change oil. It always cycles through, you know. It's going out the bottom.
That's what I meant.
Fresh oil.
That's what I meant. I guess you're not really
I don't
changing
have to
it.
spend it on change.
Right.
You know, it's just putting in the tank. You know? Isn't that how it works?
My stepdad had a Subaru that was kind of similar.
Yeah, I had that check to get fixed. You know, that car has right at 260,000 on it. You know, it's worth, tires are worth more than they are. And Honda said, yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
What it cost you.
You just drive it until it completely falls apart and the engine locks up, basically.
No, check the well regularly. So it should be fine. So it helps recycle any dry asphalt that goes over.
Yeah.
Adding oil to it, you know, so kind of helps the road budget.
Okay, it's 9:30, Ann. Thank you, Ron.
Morning,
Good
Commissioners.
morning.
It is our time of the year for FY 22 grant season that paid off. And so we are here today to request a letter of support. We're not planning for any growth in the coming fiscal year. Everything is, we're just going to try to sustain what we're doing. We don't have any expansion plans or anything like that. We think at least the next couple of years are just kind of staying flat with regards to our budget. So, I will update you a little bit. We had 4 buses go into service finally, and then we had 2 more that are supposed to be delivered any day now. So that'll be good. We have a few buses out there. We have been limping along. In the 300,000 mile range too, so those will be glad to get those retired and out of service. So
They're gonna look any different than the current ones?
they're the same.
The same setup?
Yeah, they're the same setup.
They'll just look a little bit shiny.
Yeah. Yeah. They will. I was kind of interested to read recently Ford is going to start making an electric Ford Transit. We have one Ford Transit, and I don't know if KDOT would ever procure such a vehicle, but that might be an interesting thing, 5 years down the road to think about it. It's the first smaller sized electric transit vehicle I've seen. They don't make them in the 20 passenger, they don't make an electric one. It was kind of interesting.
New motion, gentlemen.
I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve a letter of support for the grant application for ATA bus.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. All three, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Have a beautiful day.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
too.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you. Next one, we have Clancy at 9:35.
Gotta walk around. Put my arm.
Clancy, how long this one
Yeah.
take? Okay.
Yeah.
Time's the game tomorrow, Saturday. Time's the game Saturday.
3 o'clock.
Huh?
2:30 or 3 o'clock.
Oh, is it?
It's after the game.
About time?
It is done, sir.
Okay. Move the county commission, including Chairman Rodriguez, Commissioner Ford, and Commissioner Wells, recess into executive session on potential litigation for the purpose of consultation with Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, attorney for the commission, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act. The open meeting to resume in the county commission chamber at 9:55 a.m.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. I will move that the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
That's all I have, gentlemen. Thank you. And I would ask for the board to just remove the second executive session.
Okay.
Good.
Do we need to make a motion on that?
Can't hurt or consensus.
Okay, let's just do by consensus.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, remove it. Yeah.
It looks like that's it for the agenda.
Then adjourn.
Anything else?
Scores, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, football game. I've not even had a chance to even think about that one this week.
Oh, man.
Somebody else
With
stop.
you, John.
It's always me.
Oh, yeah.
This one's a tough one. Oklahoma State's always a game we always turned out to be crazy. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect here. I think Oklahoma State's defense is pretty good. Our offense isn't. So I'm gonna go Oklahoma State 33-28.
Marvin.
You're giving Oklahoma the win. Okay. I'm always optimistic about stuff, so I'm gonna say K-State 25, Oklahoma 21.
25-21. Yeah, you're on.
33-28 K-State.
33-28 K-State. Clancy.
36-30, K-State.
36-30.
You have 1 in 5 chance of winning this.
I'm gonna go. Actually, I didn't have mine written. I haven't given much thought either, John.
You've got more of an excuse than I do, though.
I'd say 42-24, or wrote that backwards. 42-24 OSU.
Okay.
Okay.
Typically, when I bet against K-State, they win. So then,
That's what I'm hoping. Also.
yeah, I'll take the loss if they win.
I'd
That's
be
fine
glad to
with me.
lose.
We got a motion to
No, but I'm going to go ahead and make one motion that we adjourn.
on favor? Aye. Okay.